So we did a pretty large survey actually in the back end of last year. It's now the figures are now out, and that's around 3,600 people across 9 countries. This is one of the most extensive pieces of work done. The people interviewed were all those in the upmarket category, in the sense that they had 3 or 4 devices, access the news via mobile, tablet, PC and television. They didn't necessarily have to have all 4, but they certainly had to have all 3 of those 4 in order to be included in the survey. The intent was to see how multi-screen consumption was really taking place today. And actually the results are really, really interesting in the sense that the consumers are expecting to get the same experience, to get the same quality and the same timescales regardless of which particular device they pick up. And as soon as you say that, that sounds obvious, but a lot of people still hold this view that people do something on the television in the evening or the mobile on this or listen to radio then, and actually consumers are very much more engaged in that, and the end result of this is actually more media consumption. So you're not really seeing television losing out as a result of this. You're just seeing more media consumption going on, because it's a little bit like Tesco's might say every little helps. You know, they have out of town stores, but they also have stores you can walk into when you're going past, because it's actually to be at the consumer's convenience. We also asked them at the end of that study how they might imagine advertising would be split across those 4 screens. And the interesting thing that came out of that was that actually they thought that 47% of a campaign would be on the television, and the remaining percentages, 53% would be divided pretty evenly between desktop and tablet and mobile. And mobile was a little bit lower, but not much lower, on the basis you could only really get 1 ad on the screen. So the consumer acceptance of multiple screen advertising was clearly there, and although they're not actually obviously professional media planners, the expectation of the audience was quite clearly for a greater presence of advertising than is currently being scheduled. And we certainly heard at this conference what the advertising professionals talk about, the percentages that they allocate to this or to that, and it doesn't seem to totally match the expectations of the consumers that we interviewed. And so that is what it is, but it's an interesting outcome.
This industry is different. The thing that I've learned in the time I've been involved with the BBC, the last 5.5 years, is the television advertising industry is definitely in love with advertising.